So then it's AmaZulu up against Orlando Pirates with 2 positions on the Betway Premiership standing separating the 2 sides, and indeed just 2 points as well. As we've mentioned though, a particular 3-point victory for either of these 2 sides will mean this. The big headline of the evening, as I introduce both Stanton Fredericks as well as Dikgang Mabelane, is that the winner is top of the table come the end of the evening. Stiga.
I think that's all to play for. That's all we got to say to set the tone for this evening. I think an opportunity for AmaZulu. I'm not too sure when last they've seen the top of a PSL Premiership, but that's just awesome with the work that Arthur Zwane has done with this side. A nice balance between youngsters and experience, and they really bearing the fruits of some hard work in the preseason, and now an opportunity to face an Orlando Pirates. And yes, they are the underdogs, but they are a formidable side that needs to be taken serious.
Yeah, and it is a question that I did pose as well to Coach Arthur Zwane, just how confident the mood is at AmaZulu, not just the players but the fans as well who are gathered here at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. And this is something that's really interesting for me, DK. For the longest time, most have felt that it is Orlando Pirates that are setting the standard as far as pre-match drip is concerned, but AmaZulu have answered and done so quite effectively tonight.
Indeed, I think this season they've shown some resilience. Not only that, they've been winning games. I mean, they come with an impressive winning streak as well. That is, of course, AmaZulu. And I think for me, you know, the fans singing, it's no surprise. They're doing well. We saw also the moment there for one of the experienced players, XDN. I think it's good to have these experienced players. Zuma is there as well. We'll obviously discuss that in the lineup, and you'll see how gifted this squad is.
Yeah, and Stiga, as you mentioned, there's some youth, there's some great experience all over the park for AmaZulu. There's a man who has turned his, I guess, the twilight of his career into something positive for Usuthu.
And I think it's just awesome from AmaZulu Football Club that they would honor somebody like that. I think X-Teen, after leaving Kaizer Chiefs, it's not easy to leave a big team and then recreate yourself and reinvent yourself. But I think he's done so excellently. The fact that he's a consummate professional shows you that he managed, I think, in 4 seasons to get 100 games. Yes, they're managing his workload this season. By the first half of the season, he played 14 games, so credit to him. He's looking after his body, but not only that, on a personal level. What he brings to this AmaZulu side is one of the reasons why they find themselves in 4th position and in a healthy position to see the top of the table.
Yeah, certainly is a wonderful feat for Pule X-Teen. 100 caps he's bringing up for AmaZulu Football Club this evening. And of course, to commemorate that particular event, they've handed him the captain's armband. 4 goals, 3 assists for him so far this campaign. But it's not just him though, DK, isn't it? It's not just him that is contributing to this AmaZulu football side to, I guess, out of nowhere, lie in the position they find themselves in.
No, I think it's also in the approach as well. You know, we've seen that they've opted for a more conservative, understandably so. You know, Arthur has went for that approach with 3 centre backs, and for me that says a lot about also what you want to do. Consolidate at the back and obviously focus in attack. I mean, he's got all the experienced players at the back. Hanamo, Pratebe, as well, adding in those 3 centre backs.
Yeah, and one of those players is Umthetwa, who, of course, is a former Orlando Pirates player. One of a number that we'll have on the pitch today, Stiga, that not so long ago were wearing the opposite colours.
Another player that has reinvented himself. He'll want to do well against his former employees. But I think they've just working so nicely with Alan, with the experience of Phillies in the central of defence. And Mtetwa at the back. I think they're working so nicely, and it's a little bit puzzling for me because when you see Arthur Zwane, he was an attacking player. So you just assume that this AmaZulu side as a coach is going to see a lot of attacking. But contrary to that, in the last 2 games against Gallants, as well as
Galaxy.
Yes, 30% possession. So that lets you know they are comfortable with sitting back. They've got the 5, depending on the phase of play, they defend with 5, and they're very comfortable with that. And that is why they see themselves in a healthy position. They are now attacking, and I think Arthur's got this side working as a unit. The experience comes in, we look at the starting lineup, we'll expect Zungu to be back in there, because a game like this needs a lot of experience.
Yeah, you speak about the 5, but also let's add that when they go forward, then obviously they leave the 3 at the back. I mean, Hanamup and Khatebe add as more attacking players, so it gives them option on the sides as well in terms of adding numbers going forward.
Yeah, lost 3 matches, 3 wins for AmaZulu Football Club. They've won 6 of their last 8. And again, DK, we talk about winning, talk about losing being a habit. Winning does become a bit of a habit as well. And I'm really glad that Coach Arthur Zwane, when I spoke to him, really just sidestepped the fact that with the win today, they are top of the table.
Top half indeed,
Yeah.
6 out of 7 at home. That says a lot. It's a message to, obviously, Orlando Pirates to say, look, this is not an easy team to play against, resistant. I think it's tough opposition, especially at home. So it's something to think about for the Buccaneers.
We have to balance all of that out, though, Stiga, by mentioning just how long it's been since AmaZulu had the better of Orlando Pirates. About 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they've come close on a few occasions, quite a few draws there. But I think if they to get a win after a long time, now is good money to back AmaZulu, I think. And just speaking of AmaZulu, the side, for them to be in 4th position, it's good for the Betway Premiership.
Yeah.
It's good for the administration of AmaZulu Football Club to show that they've come into South African football, they've invested into this side, they've tried to manage it as best possible, and now they say the success of a football team, when you see it on the pitch, it starts from up top. So credit goes to Zungu and the entire management of AmaZulu to find themselves in a healthy position that gives us an opportunity on a Tuesday evening coming up against Orlando Pirates with a possibility of topping the table.
What a remarkable feat that would be at this stage of the campaign for AmaZulu Football Club. But as we have mentioned, it's a game of football this that has to be played. They are 4th, Orlando Pirates are 2nd. How then do they try and beat them for the first time in 13 years? Here is a confident but cautious Arthur Zwane. Coach, thank you very much for joining me. There's great positivity coming out of AmaZulu based on the results of recent times. How important is that going to be as you face this kind of test tonight?
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Look, there is no doubt we are playing against, one of the, or should I say, the best team currently, in the country. So we obviously want to approach this game, very cautiously, and be smart at the same time, So we're not going to get carried away that we have the opportunity, if we win this game, we go to number 1. Right now, as I said in the past, we'll take 1 game at a time. What is important for us is to keep that discipline in the field and stick to the plan. When the things will get where we want them to be.
From a tactical point of view, then, what becomes important today? We see that you've made 3 changes to the side that won just a couple of days ago. Particularly interested in Umlondi Mbanjwa, who seems to have been doing a great job coming off the bench.
Yeah, look, I think Manja has done well so far. He deserves, to start in this game. But apart from that, I think Lindo Langelishe, has been out for quite some time, and he had to play, close to 90 minutes in that scorching, weather in Bloemfontein. So we felt after him being out of the game for quite some time, and he played against TS Galaxy, we needed to manage him because there's many more important games ahead of us. So we needed to manage him and give Mlondi a start since he's been, oozing, confidence in terms of, invading the box at high speed, and we need that actually for this game today, and also, bring in some fresh legs in Pule and Bongani to also bring their experience on the field to help some of the youngsters. And as you know, Atini couldn't finish the game, so also he's another player that we need to manage. He'll be on the bench, but we were watching him carefully. We might not even play him, but we will actually see. If the game says we should bring him in, we'll definitely do that.
All the best for tonight, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Those 3 changes for Usut. Bongani Zungu in the midfield. You've got the Centurion and Pule Extend also getting a start. There's also an opportunity for Mlondi Mbanjwa, who, Stiga, you've been watching closely over the last couple of weeks on your trips to AmaZulu. He's been doing such a great job coming off the bench. Different prospect then when you have to try and do the same job from the start.
Yeah, it's going to be a test for him, but it's a credit and a reward from the coach for his good work. Shows the attitude is right, shows that he comes in and he matches the intensity. And that's so important, because when you're starting to fight for trophies and cups, you need your bench to be strong, and I think this is where AmaZulu is getting it right, and the attitude of the players. We're looking at that starting lineup. You mentioned the 3 changes, and I think it's 3 changes that's very important. The experience here, Termi, of Eckstein and Zungu in that midfield, alongside the likes of Burn.
Indeed, I think with Arthur Zwane, in his mind, he's thinking, let me bring on the experience, let me bring on the big guns for big games.
Yep.
Obviously, coming up against a game like Pirates, you're not going to only need physical strength, you still need also the experience, someone who's going to guide the young ones. And I think mostly that's what he's doing with the two key players.
Yeah, that is Rian Hanamub, the regular captain of AmaZulu. The armband belongs for today only to Pule Eckstein. Here's a man then who, when you speak about experience, then Terminator, he is more experienced than most on the pitch today. His midfield battle with the likes of Mbata, the likes of Makaula, well worth the watch.
Indeed, you have, of course, a player like Zungu, as well as Hanamub, we mentioned him. These are players that will definitely bring stability, especially in the middle for Zungu, and then Hanamub on the side. Defensively and attacking, he will give you something. An experienced campaigner, one of the best right back I think we've seen. He's consistent in that position, he's made it his own.
Yeah, he's not the captain today. Eckstein is the captain, but he'll be leading there. Hanamub, the last game he had 51 touches, 5 crosses, and that resulted into a goal. So that shows you the importance and the depth that he provides on the left-hand side.
So then, that is what the visiting Orlando Pirates has to contend with here on their visit to the Moses Mabhida Stadium. As mentioned, a bit of a false start enjoying against Sekhukhune away from home, but then they rectified all of that with a 2-0 win at home against Magesi. So then, what are the prospects for coach Abdeslam Wadu as he visits Usutu? Here he is sharing his pre-match thoughts. 4th on the standings, winner goes top. It's an equation that seems simple enough. Is that the case for you coming into tonight?
Yeah, you're right. The thing that is right is we are 2 teams who are looking to reach the top of the login. So it will be interesting to see that game. AmaZulu is doing well at the moment. They are fit. They are doing well. They are the 4th of the login. So I think it's a game definitely for 6 points today.
In compiling your homework against them, what have you picked up as areas of concern, areas in which they can trouble the Orlando Pirates tonight?
Yeah, it's really a good team. They are defending well. The particularity of that team, they play with the back 3, back 5. It depends on the phases. It's a team who is able to punish you in the transitions. They have some experienced players in the middle as well. So for us, it will be important of course, to try to be dominant with the ball. To try to create some chances in the last third. Maybe looking to imbalance them. It will not be easy, but in the same times we have to be very careful about the transition. So we are expecting a very, very tough game.
Dion Hotto back into the lineup today?
Yes, John Otto, Dion is back in the team. I think it's important to manage our team, and especially regarding the profile of the opponent. We need somebody who is able to take the space to help us in the last third. So we have chosen, me and my staff, the profile of Hotto today.
Good luck for tonight.
Thank you very much.